Let's see our very first lovely transmission on Shri Satya Sai Baba, which is a proud presentation of a gorgeous hostess, Nalini Bhatt. Come on over, let's take a look.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. On Prashanti, we continue with highlighting the glorious contributions of the Maharajas in enhancing the value of our Vedic rituals. The Raja of Venkatagiri, being of a spiritual bent of mind, organized many festivals, events and functions, among which the Atirudra Mahayagam and the Divine Life Conference take the pride of place. Let us watch.
So many events he organized. He was instrumental in Divine Life Conference. Divine Life Conference is started by Swami Shivananda of Rishikesh. One of the members of Divine Life Conference is from Venkatagiri. So through him, they contacted Swami Shivananda and said, we should have a Divine Life Conference in Venkatagiri. So they agreed. It's the first All India conference where Swami is going to preside. So they sent all the delegates from all over India to Venkatagiri. It's an inauguration day. Swami is supposed to go in a procession where Swami is carried in a palanquin. And all the delegates is to walk. And Swami said, no, I will not. I will also walk to the venue. Everyone was surprised. Swami is so young. How he is going to manage with so many learned people? When Swami spoke up, they were totally convinced. This is the first time Swami is presiding and delivering kind of discourse there. So they were convinced that Swami is a great personality. So they invited Swami to Rishikesh. Swami went to Rishikesh, and during the time, Shivananda was not well at all. Hardly barely could walk. Swami went and spoke to him and tapped him. Next day, he started walking near one cave. Suddenly, he saw a person is waiting with a garland. So Swami went in, and as soon as he saw Swami, he was in bliss. So Swami told, he is Brahmananda, the direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. In 1967, there is a group of Americans, they are experts in agriculture. Swami is to come, they are also is to come, because they were staying in our guest house only. A white gentleman, his name is Stanley. Then Swami asked him casually, what do you want? He said, I want Mercedes. Swami smiled and let it go. So that happened in 1967. Then in 2009, Phyllis, who was with him, she came to India to revisit what she has done 30 years back. She told, Sai Baba asked Stanley, what do you want? And he replied, I want Mercedes. Now he married a lady by name Mercedes. So you got to what you asked for. What Leela Swami. 1962, that's the time when Swami started doing yajnas. Atirudra Yagam happened. All the great scholars he invited. Most of the scholars, Brahmins, they couldn't accept that Swami is going to be the chief because they thought Swami doesn't know much about Vedas, so how can he be the main person? Previous evening, he called everyone for a meeting and explaining minutest details of the yajna, where they themselves don't know. Because he is a Veda Purusha, so he knows everything. Everyone fell at Swami's feet. Swami pardon us for doubting your knowledge. It was the first time that such a large scale yajna be performed. Till now it continues in Prashant Nilayam. And for this, my uncle Kumaraja was he played a major part because he called all the pandits and he used to send them to Patti. There a lot of preparation took place. Swami's grace that Swami chooses. Swami asked grandfather, what do you want? And he replied, Swami, a lot of people come to you and go off, but always I pray to you, never leave Maya on us. So Swami held his hand and he told, 4 generations, my grandfather, till now, everyone is devoted to Swami. All these photographs is taken by my father.
Baba in his discourse said thus: "This is the inaugural meeting of the Prashanti Vidwan Mahasabha, established to promote the knowledge and practice among all mankind of the fundamental truths of Sanatana Dharma. The Raja Sahib just now gave expression to his great joy and satisfaction that the wheel of revival is being set in motion by me, in spite of the claims of many others for that honor." Swami showered the Raja with praises which he richly deserved. This is an epoch-making event, for it is no less than the dawn of the golden era of the liberation of humanity. Venkatagiri has been for centuries the seat of a royal family dedicated to the promotion of Dharma, and so it has earned this honor. Consider how many temples were built by the Rajas of Venkatagiri. Take count of the number of pandits they have patronized, the number of religious books their donations have helped to see light. Consider the atmosphere of Dharma which they established. Look at the interest the family is taking even now, when their state and status have been swept away by the storms of political change. Bharatavarsha has kept before her this ideal of Dharma. End of quote.
More next time. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Love is my form, truth is my bread, bliss is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome, brothers and sisters. This is Nalini. There are many ways Baba showed his omniscience, omnipresence and omnipotency when he was with the Raja of Venkatagiri. Some were narrated by the Raja's son, Shri Krishna Yachendra, and some more were narrated by the grandson of the Raja, Shri Satya Sai Yachendra. These threw light on Baba's early years when only a few hundreds had realized his avataric phenomenon, and also on the great good fortune of some of the Maharajas having close contact with Baba for long periods of time. Krishna Yachendra, the Raja's son, talked extensively with Professor Venkatraman of Radio Sai. His talk is a treasure trove that will be cherished by Sai devotees. Here are some excerpts from that interview. The following incident illustrates the importance of valuing our parents, for it is they who have given us this body, as Baba himself puts it. The all-knowing Baba admonished Krishna for a breach in his conduct towards his father. Let us watch.
I quote Shri Krishna Yachendra. "One day I had spoken harshly to my father. Later I went to Puttaparthi. Swami said to me, 'Why should you come here? You are wasting my time and your time.' 'Swami,' I said, 'if there is anything I have done, please excuse me.' And I began weeping. He said, 'When you can't respect your father and you talk to him so harshly as you did that particular day in Venkatagiri, where arises the question of your coming and wasting my time and yours? Don't come here. The most important people for you are your father and mother, who have given you this body. If these things happen again, you will be prohibited from visiting me. This is the final warning.' This incident happened about 4 or 5 months after the exchange of harsh words with my father. I had almost forgotten about it, but it was a fact. Baba used the exact words I had used. He described the room, the day, the very minute, everything. What more do I want for proof that Sai Baba is God omnipresent? Here is an incident which demonstrates Baba's omnipotency when he drove a car without touching the steering wheel or the pedals, and I quote, "Once in Puttaparthi, I asked Swami, 'Swami, why don't you teach me to drive? I would also like to see you drive.' Swami said, 'Let us go.' He got into the driver's seat and drove off from the old mandir to the new mandir. I sat next to him terrified. Then Swami suddenly took his hands off the wheel and sat cross-legged, and I almost fainted. The car went so fast. The gears changed on their own. It finally stopped without Swami touching the pedals. Swami smiled at me. I never asked him to drive again, although I was thrilled to accompany him on that short and eventful journey. Many now wonder whether Swami had a driving license. Yes, he did. The road transport officer, Mr. Ramachandran, issued a driving license to Swami in Chennai when he was barely 17 years old. Some more experiences of Shri Gopalakrishna Yachendra. I quote, "One night I was massaging his feet. I asked, 'Swami, what is the difference between you and other saints such as Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?' He replied, 'By their own effort, they have risen to the level of Godhead. With the infinite powers I possess, I have come from the level of Godhead to redeem mankind.' Swami would suddenly get up in the night and would laugh and make gesticulations. I asked him what he was doing. 'I am talking with angels,' he replied. 'Can you see?' 'Give me special eyes so that I can see.' 'That stage has not come. If you see them, you will lose your eyesight." End of quote. Here is another interesting fact which demonstrates Baba's omnipotency. Baba could be in two different places at the same time. On 13th December 1964, once when Swami was with Raja of Venkatagiri, he visited a devotee's home 600 miles away, saying that he came because of their daughter's devotion. He sang bhajans, and after some time he said, "My devotees will be waiting for me at Kalahasti," and disappeared. But all this while he was with the Raja also at Kalahasti. Again on the 24th of December, the Rao couple returned home from somewhere and were surprised to find the lights on in the house. Swami was sitting in the puja room. He stayed that night with them, and next day, saying, "My devotees are waiting at Kalahasti," he walked on to the street and disappeared. These are some of the amazing miracles which happened when Shri Baba used to be with the Raja of Venkatagiri.
More next time. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome, brothers and sisters. This is Nalini. We have been educating ourselves on the deep connection that some Rajas and Maharajas had with Shri Baba right from the time Swami was barely out of his teen years. Today, we are delighted to bring to our viewers a fourth generation of the Rani of Chincholi's family, Dr. P.K. Prabhakar. He is the great-grandson of Rani Namagiri Amma of Chincholi. His grand-aunt was Rani Lakshmibai of Chincholi. This episode shows that there was an unbroken chain of Sai devotees in the Chincholi household. Dr. Prabhakar resides here in the United States and was the founding father of the Cherry Hill Satya Sai Center in 1976. He had his own share of experiences with Shri Baba. Let us watch.
The first time that I had darshan of Swami was in my great-grandmother's house. Whenever Swami came to my great-grandmother's house, my mother was requested to bring rice from our house. We used to get rice from our village. It was considered rice of very good quality. I had this interaction with him. I must have been crying. I was about 4 years old. He asked me, "Oh, are you crying because of my hair?" He materialized some vibhuti and applied it to my forehead. Normally he does this, but I remember it as he's doing it like this. There was a room upstairs that was dedicated to Swami. Many a time, that room would be locked, even though Swami was inside. A day later, Swami would emerge from that room and he would have literally left his body and gone somewhere. My father used to go to Puttaparthi on a regular basis. Mother said, "Don't be in a hurry, ask Swami everything in detail." And my father says, yes, we are coming out. Swami tells my father, "Tell your wife that I've told you everything in detail." Omniscience. Whatever Swami says comes true. Swami called us for an interview. He said, "Oh, you want to get married to a girl of your choice. Swami will take care of it." I was 20 years old in IIT Madras. There's only like deer sanctuary all around. There were no girls anywhere in sight. This is 1965. In 1970, exactly the same thing happened. I was studying in the US. I'd already met my wife and we had decided to get married. I had gone to India. I went to Swami. My wife was a Parsi and a Pakistani. I mean, it made a difference to my parents, but for Swami, religion didn't make any difference. Rufina had not heard of Swami even when we started the center. I don't think she was that much into it. But it was Swami who made it possible, and now she's the backbone of the center. Swami kept to his word. He said, "I'll take care," and he took care. He told me, when you have a bath, repeat Gayatri at least 3 times, the Gayatri mantra. It had a longer impact because every Balvika student, I told them this, many of them are doing it. I'll show you this picture that he materialized for me. It shows a young Swami and it's got his address and everything on it. We used to go to Philadelphia to distribute sandwiches to the homeless. I parked my car, took out my wallet to pay the meter there. So I put my wallet down on the back seat. I forgot all about it. Normal practice is I'll take out whatever is in my pocket, put it on the dresser, touch his feet, a picture. I put my hands in my pocket. My wallet is not there. Credit cards I can get, money I can replace. But the picture that Swami has given, where am I going to replace it from? I put my hands like this, I just touched his feet and turned here. My wallet is lying there on my bedside table. Swami restored that wallet for me. On Shivratri, watched the Lingodbhavam. Suddenly there was a voice in my head which says, "I'm always with you." Even in America? Yes, even in America. And he's been true to his word. 3 times Swami saved my life. I was in an accident. My flesh had come out. A gentleman there who was there with me all the time, telling me, "This is all past life karma. It's all gone now. Don't worry." And as long as he was with me, I didn't feel any pain. I felt like a peace that I have never felt before or after. He looked like an ordinary old man. I tried to locate him to give him some money. Of course, I couldn't find him. I had the good fortune of having Swami himself there. Older ladies, including Sakama and all, treated him like a young boy. They made fun of him, but Krishna does, right? All kinds of mischief. It's the same kind of thing that Swami used to do when he was young. If you read Bhagavatam, you realize there is no question that Swami is avatar. We're all very blessed.
More next time. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Love is my form, truth is my love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. For the last several Prashantis, we rejoiced in watching Baba's Leelas with the Maharajas. We saw how the Rani of Chincholi realized that Shri Satya Sai Baba was none other than Shirdi Sai Baba, whom they worshipped. She also learned with great amazement how Baba had visited her palace when the Raja was alive and when Baba was Shirdi Sai Baba. We then delighted in stories of Baba with the royal family of Jamnagar, narrated with a touch of humor by the grandson of the Raja, Shri Indreshwar. We also learnt about the Raja of Venkatagiri, who contributed greatly to Shri Baba's mission by reviving Vedic traditions. We conclude the series for now with the Maharajas with a fascinating incident that happened at Prashanti Nilayam. Balapattabhi was an ardent devotee of Shri Baba. In his book Nectar in Leelas of Baba, we found an interesting narration about the displaced Maharajas who sought Shri Baba's lotus feet in order to regain their lost kingdoms after India's independence. Let us watch.
I quote from Shri Balapattabhi's book Nectarine Leelas. It was post-independent days and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Home Minister, united the various small independent kingdoms into a single union, the Democratic Republic of India. Many kings and nawabs who lost their kingdoms but were compensated otherwise made peace with their circumstances. However, others wanted to get their royal rights and privileges back. Some of them thought of divine intervention for the purpose and came to Puttaparthi. They were staying in large tents with their secretaries and servants. Every day they used to pester Baba and pray to him for the restoration of their kingdoms. I went to Puttaparthi during this time on one of my frequent visits there. One day, in reply to the king's question, "When will we get our kingdoms back?" Baba replied with a laugh, "They will all come." The kings felt immensely reassured. They sought permission to go back home. Swami asked them, "Don't you want to enjoy a feast before you go?" The kings were greatly elated. They saw Baba's gesture as further confirmation of the divine approval of their wishes, so they gladly agreed to stay on. A grand feast was arranged with provisions and cooks brought from Mysore. The tin shed became the dining hall. There were 16 special dining tables for the 16 kings with special crockery. When the feast was about to commence, Baba suddenly commanded that the crockery be removed and we were asked to occupy the royal seats, and workers who were digging for the foundation of the present Prashanti Nilayam were asked to occupy the seats meant for the secretaries, and that the kings should serve food rather than be served, and kings obeyed the divine command. Then Baba clapped his hands, laughed and announced, "Times have changed." The message was clear. There was not going to be a reversal. Democracy was to replace monarchy.
Baba always practiced what he preached. One may recall an incident which we narrated in our previous episode when the Raja of Venkatagiri offered the best of the best facilities to the young Baba, but Baba refused them all. The Raja had arranged for a big palanquin and wanted Swami to be carried by his family. But Swami said, "No, I don't want to get into the palanquin. I'll walk with the sannyasis." This is but one incident. There are countless number of times when Shri Baba walked barefoot into the slums and also sat on the bare floor of the stage, rejecting the grand throne. For him, all his children are the same, whether one is a Maharaja or a mere beggar.
What is the message passed on by the messengers today? Yes, there are some messengers who are passing on the message of God, but many of them are propagating the worldly, temporal, worldly matters. In fact, if he is loved by God, he will never proceed along that wicked path. Having been the recipient of the divine love, he should share with the fellow men this love alone.
All are one, my dear son. Be alike to every one another.
As Jesus was on the cross living the life, he finally declared, "All are one, my dear son, be alike to everyone." Never attempt to have the body identification.
Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.